Let's come laying down on our backs. And if you have a block with you, that's always helpful, or a book, or maybe a piece of Tupperware that can serve as a block. Let's come laying down on the back. Stretch the arms up overhead and point through the toes. Draw the navel deep into the spine and stretch through the whole full length of the body. And take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, inhale. And as you exhale, tuck the knees into the chest, wrap the forearms around the shins, tuck the nose to the knees, and rock from side to side. Good. Just feel the muscles that support the spine on the low back and the kidney area getting a little pressure here. And then head comes down. Arms come out to a T, knees come up to tabletop, and rock those hips from side to side. Bring those knees into circles, inhaling and exhaling. Nice roll, loosening up the muscles that support the hips. Keeping that navel drawn to the spine, and try and keep the low back pressed to the floor so there's no lift in the low spine. Good. One more in this direction. And let's hold center and switch direction. Inhale and exhale. Activating the navel center here, kind of warming up the hip flexors, which can be a little cranky sometimes. And let's go for two more. Inhale, hold center, and then twist the knees to the right, gaze to the left, press strong through the palms, keep those shoulders grounded, the navel draws to the spine, nice lower back release here. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, knees come up, tabletop. Exhale, twist them off to the other side. I'm grounding through both hands. Doing my best to ground through the shoulders. And breathe into the stretch. Really nice in the low back. Really reach through the arms, allow that stretch to do its work. One more time, inhale. And exhale. All right, knees come up center. Let's extend the legs to the sky. Spread the legs wide, flex through the feet. Get that little inner thigh stretch. Hamstring stretch, and articulate through those feet. And wake up the ankles. Navel stays to the spine. Maybe eyes are closed as you breathe. Just readjusting the nervous system here. Long, deep breathing. And let's switch the rotation of the ankles. Activate the shins and the calves. All right, one more breath. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, but keep the feet up toward the sky. Grab onto side edges of the feet or grab onto your ankles and pull the feet and knees down toward the floor into a happy baby. Lower back presses to the mat. Draw the navel to the spine, creating length in the spine and supporting the back. And we just rock from side to side. Breathing, pulling those feet a little bit further, a little progress. Every few breaths, just give it a nice tug further down toward the floor. Breath is going to help you with that flexibility and opening into some of those tight spots. All right, and let's rock it back center. Hands slide down under the shins. Let's rock up and down the length of the spine. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Breath accommodates here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And let's rock it up. Inhale, come to a seated cross leg. Tight in that cross, meaning you're closer, the knees come closer together and the feet are further apart, creating a little opening in the outer hips here. And let's begin some Sufi circles. And just keep it nice and tight in these Sufi circles. Little tiny circles. Inhaling forward, exhaling, rounding back. Opening up some of those tight spaces in the low back and in the hips. 2 more in this direction. And then hold center, reverse. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Close the eyes and allow your breath and your movement to soothe your body into being prepared for the work today. 2 more. All right, last time. Let's inhale, center, lift through the chest. Exhale, round. Inhale, exhale. Feel the back muscles engaging and then releasing. Same with the front of the chest. We lift and then kind of curve inward, tucking the navel to the spine, drawing the shoulders together toward the chest and then together toward the shoulder blades. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift. Shoulders away from the ears. And try and really press the shoulders down in a way. You might feel some tension loosening up at the top of the shoulders and in the neck. And let's try and relieve some of that tension that we gather in this area. And let's inhale, lift, exhale, drop it dead weight. Good. Keep going. Just tense and loosen. This is a really wonderful way to get rid of some of that chronic tension. And pay attention to the placement of your head. The chin should be slightly tucked toward the chest, so you can feel the back of the neck lengthen. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take the left arm up and over and switch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Reach and sweep. I want you to extend long through those fingers. Try and take any bend out of the elbows. You reach up and then reach over. Creating length in the side body. A nice lateral movement through the spine here. And we're detoxing some organs. We're getting into spleen, gallbladder, liver, kidneys, all that nice detoxing, keeping us young and vital, healthy, and balanced. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Now, if your knees have started to spread away from each other, see if you could take that cross of the legs, bring it right back at the shins, spread those feet a little further apart than normal, and then exhale, bend forward, tent up on the fingers. You're going to feel a stretch in the outer hips into the glutes and the low back here. cross of the legs is really helpful to kind of open up that area, outer hips, glutes, and that tension that you get right around the base of the spine and around the sacrum. Breathe. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise it up. Let's switch the cross of our legs. Again, feet splay out a little further. Knees come a little closer. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge and bow. Tent up on those fingers, walk them forward and bow. One side might be a little tighter than the other. And if you're feeling it, like I feel it on my right side today, big time. Even as a yoga teacher, my instinct is to hold my breath, sometimes my compulsion. And thank God for practice and repetition, because immediately my awareness steps in and says, no, breathe. So if you feel tension, a lot of times your body will instinctively want to hold the breath or brace itself. Override that compulsion and instead long, deep breathing. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's inhale, look forward, pull the hands back in under you, and then gently roll over the shins, come over onto a tabletop position. All right, my mat's going a little awry here. Okay, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Navel draws into the spine. I have a nice flat spine, and I'm going to begin cat-cow. Inhale, chin and tail rise. Exhale, tuck and dome. Ideally, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Feel the space between the shoulder blades. Get a nice stretch. Feel the hips lift, the pelvis lifting and tipping down creates a lot of nice liberation in the low back. Okay, let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and lift high in the 1. Inhale. Exhale, breath. The belly pulls in, shoulder blades dome up to the sky, chin to chest. And exhale. Neutral spine. Hips stay over the knees, navel draws in. I'm going to walk my arms forward. And stretch my belly toward my thighs, let the chest drop toward the floor. Tent up on those fingers to stretch into the shoulders. And breathe. Good, really draw the breath in. Make it an experience within the pose. We're priming the body for practice here. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Hands slide right back in under the shoulders. And I'm going to keep that neutral spine. I'm going to take my left arm, rise it up high to the side. Nice inhale, stack my shoulders. And then to open up the mid-back, I'm going to slide that left arm under the body, drop left shoulder, left temple to the ground. Walk my right arm up to the top of the mat with tented fingers. Navel draws in and press heavy onto that left shoulder. Try and rotate the belly toward the side wall. And breathe. One more time. Inhale, rise up, tabletop. Exhale, neutral spine. Inhale, right arm reaches up high to the side. Exhale, lace it under. Drop right shoulder, right temple to the ground. Press heavy on that right shoulder and then tense up on the left fingers, walk it up overhead, press on those tense fingertips. Feeling the muscles on the right side pull away from center line. This should feel really liberating in the whole back. Feeling some space around the spinal column, breathing in there. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come up tabletop. Let's take the left arm extended forward with the thumb to the sky. Right leg extends back, pressing through the sole of the foot. Now my navel pulls in, I extend long through my spine. And I just breathe as I reach in opposite directions with my limbs here. I'm expressing strong through the fingertips, pressing strong through the heel and the sole of my foot. Now, we're going to take that left arm, reach it behind, grab onto the outer edge of that right foot. Okay, and just get a little grasp on the foot here. Strap can be helpful, or you can just remain in this extended position if it's a little too early in the game for you to take a reach like this. And let's just take a deep inhale, kick the foot into the hand. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale, release. Left hand, right knee come down. My right arm extends forward with my thumb facing the sky. The navel pulls in, tail turns down. My left leg extends back, pressing through the sole of the foot. Left hand is directly under the left shoulder. And I'm reaching and breathing. Right hand reaches back, grabs onto the outer edge of that left foot and kick the foot into the hand, lift through the heart. Let's take a few breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale, release. Ground the hand, ground the knee. Let's spread those fingers wide. Curl the toes under. Press into downward dog. Chin tucks to the chest. Navel draws to the spine, and I start wagging my tail. Eyes of the elbows face one another, and then turn up to the sky to engage triceps. Hamstrings, calves, IT bands, long through the spine, head is hanging heavy and shaken loose. Just opening up into the body, taking the time that it needs with the breath. It's like a relationship we create. We know how long it takes to get the body warm. We know what it takes to get the body warm. All right, let's ground through those heels. Press the chest to the thighs. Let's lift up high on the toes. Bend the knees, look to hands, step or hop to the hands. Inhale, lift to flat spine, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, bend the knees, bow forward, grab opposite elbows. Head is heavy and we rock from side to side. Feeling that whole rib cage kind of pull down toward the floor, lengthening through the spine, opening up the hamstrings. And then come back center. Release the hands, sweep up, inhale, rise. Join palms, weight is in the toes, slight lean back. Feel the stretch in the thighs and the hip flexors. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise, reach. Exhale, hinge and bow. Round the hands. Slide it back to a high plank. Tuck that tail. Inner thighs, navel center engages. Hold here for a few breaths. Feel the chest muscles engage. Feel as if you're trying to pull the arms toward one another, engaging those pectoral muscles. No holding the breath. Now with or without the knees, we're going to kind of push forward just a little, bend the elbows, come down onto the belly. Okay. Now, interlace the hands behind the back, press onto the tops of the feet. Let's draw the knuckles up and away from the tail. Ground the feet solid. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Release the hands. My right hand comes under my right shoulder. Left hand extends out onto the ground with the palm face down. So I'm lifting my arm up to show you how it should look on the floor. Okay. Ground that hand. And let's press the body on its side. So we're stretching through the shoulders. Both of my legs kind of jackknife forward. And I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to reach it up high to the sky, flex through the foot. I'm either going to grab onto my thigh, my calf, or my big toe. And I'm going to see if the belly can turn up to the sky a little bit. Keep that grounded leg active. Stretching through the left shoulder. Palm is facing down on the ground behind me. And I'm opening up through my inner thigh, my hamstring. Breathing. Good. One more time, inhale. Now exhale, release the hand from the leg, bend that right knee. I'm going to turn my knee forward and grab onto my right ankle behind the body. And like we've done many times before, kick the foot into the hand and open through the heart. Really try and kick that foot away from the body, stretching through. This is a nice hip and heart opener, getting into the shoulder as well. The use of your deep breathing is very key here. The breath is a tool. Helps us expand into the tissues of the body. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Last time. And exhale, release. Bring the chest back down onto the floor. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So my right hand comes out to the side. My left hand is under my left shoulder. I use that left hand to roll my body over onto the side. And I hinge my hips forward so my feet slide forward to sort of support the position of my body. My left leg rises. My right hand either touches my thigh, my calf, or my big toe. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, so no creeping up on the ears. And flex through the sole of that foot. You're going to feel the hamstrings really open up here. Maybe you'll get a good hip hop out of it. I'm hoping for mine, but I haven't gotten it yet. All right, let's release. Bend that knee, grab onto the foot or ankle behind the body, and then kick the foot into the hand, stretch open nice and vibrant. Stretching and breathing, kick the foot into the hand. Beautiful front body opener here. Your hip flexors will thank you. Keep pressure on that right hand. One more time, inhale. And exhale, release. Come down onto the belly. Hands under the shoulders. Let's lift up into a gentle downward dog. So you might just come here where the rib cage and the solar plexus are still on the ground, elbows are in tight. Or you may want to lift it up just a little higher depending on your low back's allowance. Lower it down. One more time, inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees, tabletop, hands under the shoulders. Let's curl the toes under, press back, downward dog. Head hangs heavy, shake it loose, pedal those feet. Let's ground through the heels. Shoulders away from the ears. Navel draws in. Inhale, lift up high on the toes. Bend the knees up to the hands, step or hop. Inhale, lift to flat. Exhale, bow. Wrap the hands around behind the back of the legs. Use that to pull the torso a little closer. Hollow out the belly. Shake that head loose. Maybe some figure eights or anything that you can do to kind of release some of that tension in the upper vertebrae and neck. Nice breathing here, no holding. Weight is evenly distributed through the feet. And then release the hands, steady the head. Inhale, sweep it up. Palms join. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hinge and bow. Round the hands. Step it back to high plank. Bend with the elbows, nice and low down onto the belly. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, press it back, curl toes under, downward dog. Shoulders away. Shake that head loose. Press into the heels. Just this pose alone can be so transformative to the body if you really put a lot of focus into the alignment in all the places, right? Navel drawing in, long in the spine, head is hanging heavy, shoulders away from the ears. It just provides so much liberation for the spine and the rest of the body. And it actually promotes digestion and elimination, believe it or not. So it's a little helpful hint. Now let's stay in this pose and then just wag the hips from side to side. Feel the side body growing a little bit longer on each side, maybe getting into the low back and the outer hips. And steady yourself. Let's take right leg, rise it up high behind. Inhale. Ground through that left heel. Stay in this position for a moment. Being conscious not to open that right hip point up to the side too much. Hip points are facing the ground. One more time, inhale. Exhale, knee comes in under the body, slide the foot between, hold in this low lunge, scissor the inner thighs. Standing through the crown of the head. And train track those feet a little bit so you're not on a tightrope. So when we rise into crescent, you'll feel nice and stable. Bend into both knees. And I'd like you guys to come into a standing position. Take the bend out of the legs, extend, and then exhale. Tap. Inhale, exhale. Keep that navel drawn to the spine, keep the tail long. Getting a little heat in the legs here. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now bend the hands, bend forward, bring the hands back down to the ground and stay in this lunge position. Let's take right arm, twist it up high to the sky, stacking shoulders. Now if you find that you're rounding in the spine, take a block, put it under the hand or a book. The blocks are not a sign of a weakness, they're a sign of intelligence. We use these props to help us align ourselves more properly into the poses. And then take that right arm, reach it overhead. Plug the shoulder away from the ear. Long stretch in the whole right side body. Feeling it into the right hip. Breathing. One more time. Exhale, heart turns down. Now let's just slide that right leg back, press it right back into a downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg sweeps up high. Inhale. Head hangs heavy. Shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful stretch in the back of the right leg. Last breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, slide it through. Step the foot between the hands. Scissor the inner thighs. Extend through the crown of the head. And again, train track those feet. Rise up. Crescent Pose. Bend into both knees. Tail is long. Navel's tight. So the pelvis is aligned directly over the floor. Tail's down. Let's inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap. Inhale, exhale. Keep that navel center pulled in, stabilizing yourself with it. Feeling the warmth in the thighs, stretch in the front of the right thigh. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now inhale, exhale, bow forward, hands ground, back into that lunge position. Extend through the crown of the head. Take a block under the right hand if helpful. And then take a left arm, reach it up high. Stacking shoulders. Left hip crease pulls back. And then right arm, pinky side edge toward the floor. Stretches forward. Long stretch through the left side. Breathing. Identify the tendency to hold the breath and then override it. One more time. Exhale. Heart turns down. High plank, and this time chaturanga. Inhale, low cobra. Or upward dog if you prefer today. And exhale, curl toes under. Press back, downward dog. All right. Lifting up high in the toes. Bend the knees, lift the hands, step or hop. I'm going to come into the center of my mat so you can see me. I'm going to inhale, rise chair. Sink those hips down. Now, a lot of us arch in the back and dump in the belly, right? Because we can get down lower. I ask you instead, turn the tail down, lengthen through the spine. Now, ground strong through that front right foot. Lift up on the left toe and cross the left knee over the right. If you want to stay more stable, you're practicing on carpet, things like that that require a little bit more stability. Otherwise, you can wrap the left toes behind the right ankle. I'm going to take my right arm in front of my heart. Left elbow comes inside of my right, eagle arms. Now, if that is not in your wheelhouse today, just join the elbows together and wrap your hands around the back of the shoulders. Navel pulls in. Okay? Bow forward. Now you're really tightly wound here. We're cutting off a little bit of a blood flow at the joints. And then we're breathing to oxygenate the blood. We're getting a nice domed around stretching of the canvas at the back here. And then in 2 more breaths, when we release, we're going to feed the joints with some nice, fresh, oxygenated blood. Last time, inhale. Exhale, release hands, uncross feet, sweep up, rise, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink it right back down the chair. We're going to do the same thing, but in the other direction. So I'm going to ground solid through my left foot. My navel pulls in, my tail turns down. Cross my right foot over my left. Left arm comes in front of the heart. Right elbow comes inside. Either I grab opposite shoulders or I go further into eagle arms. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Bow. Inner thighs engage. Bathroom muscles engage. Navel. Breathe through the expanse of your back here. A lot of focus and concentration here. Think about putting maybe a little soft smile on your face as opposed to serious yoga face. I go serious yoga face a lot too. Two more. Last time. Release, uncross, hands rise, inhale. Now while you're up here, interlace the hands. Press the palms to the sky. Weight is in the toes and lean back. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. One more time. Exhale, hands come down around the side. Feet are going to be hips distance apart. And I'm going to hinge and bow forward, hands come down under my shoulders. So I'm in a tabletop, or like a four-legged animal. Blocks can be helpful here, and I'll show how. Let's say, take the block under the left hand. Okay? I'm going to take my left leg, reach it up high behind me, pressing strong through the back of the leg, and then ground it. Right leg presses back, extend through the crown of the head. And with the belly facing the floor, with the right toes facing the floor, I'm going to take my right hand to my right hip. Getting in prep for half moon. Once you're stable in this position, blocks are hyper helpful here too. In order to get used to the subtleties of the balance associated with the pose, we're going to turn the belly to the right side of the room. And then reach the right arm up to the sky, stacking shoulders. My right foot presses back nice and strong. Keeping my eyes either focused on the floor or on the side, the right side. Focus, balance, and breath. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Hand comes down, foot comes down. Maybe swap the block out into the right hand. Left hand is grounded, right leg rises up high behind, press it back. And then switch, honey. Come here, babe, get out of the screen. Okay. She's so cute. All right, now, right hand under right shoulder, left leg pressing back nice and strong. Let's extend through the spine, no rounding. Really reach and extend. Left, and if you find that you can't extend, reach your block up to a higher level, and then you'll find that capability much more easily, okay? Left hand comes to left hip, keeping hip point, belly button and left toes to face the ground for now. Once you're stable, start to open the hip to the left side. Toes are facing the left wall. Left hand reaches up high to the sky. Stacking shoulders. Eyes are focused. We're breathing. We're also engaged, but we're not rigid, right? There's buoyancy in our joints. Two more. Last time. Exhale, gently turn the left arm down, ground the left foot. Feel free to push the block away. Inhale, lift to a flat spine. Lift up high on the toes, knees come out wide to the side, butt to the heels. Let the hips sink back heavy. And then counter that by reaching the arms forward, getting a nice stretch through the whole length of the spine. Getting into the hips, knees spread wide, navel draws into the spine, and let's take some really concentrated deep breaths. Feel the rib cage expand. Inhale. Belly expands. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On this last breath, we're going to hold on that full inhale. And then feel how we can stretch a little further in the hold. And then exhale. Gets a little deeper into some of those muscles. Hands come under the shoulders. Let's slide those feet back, high plank. With or without knees, chaturanga push-up. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, press back, curl toes under, downward dog. All right, right leg rises, inhale. Bend the knee, open the hip, belly faces the right side of the room, chest parallel to the floor. Kind of give that right foot a little jiggle and try and encourage it over a little bit further to open through the belly and the hip point. One more. Exhale, turn that knee in under. Step the foot between the hands. Let's anchor the backside edge. Rise up. Warrior one. Sink into the thigh. Ground solid through that back foot. Hands come to interlace. Let's get a little shoulder and chest work here. Inhale. Exhale. Bow forward. Knuckles rise up over the back of the head. Chin comes toward the chest. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. One more. Exhale. Release the hands. Sweep it up back to warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, belly turns to the right, and let's lengthen through that front right leg. Both legs are nice and long, belly's to the right. Back foot remains grounded. And I hinge. Right hand comes down. Let's put it right under the knee to start. Keep yourself nice and long in the spine. And then maybe you could slide the hand down a little bit further. Scissor, tuck that tail. Long through the crown of the head. Left arm stretches overhead. Feel all that length. Breathe. Even into the fingers we reach. One more time, inhale. Now exhale, micro bend into the front knee. Call your block in under left hand. Lift up on ball of back foot. Right hand reaches up. Twisted triangle. Oh, this hair. It's adding like 20 degrees into the room. All right, right arm reaches overhead. Right hip crease pulls back, shoulder plugs away from the ear. Blocks are so wonderful, you know. They really help you have a sustainable practice over many years. So try not to shy away from them. Notice if it's your ego telling you not to have them. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, micro bend, turn the heart down. Come into a lunge, ground the hands, slide that right foot back, high plank. Chaturanga, inhale, low cobra or upward dog. Exhale. Press back down. Take a deep breath. Slide out. Last standing sequence, left leg rises. Inhale. Bend the knee, open the hip. Belly faces the left side. Jiggle that foot a little bit so it can carry over to the right side a little bit further. Right hamstring is stretching. Navel's drawn to the spine. One more time. Exhale, turn the knee in under. Step the foot between the hand, anchor backside edge. Let's rise up, warrior one. Sink down. Reaching up, anchor that back foot. Hands come around behind the back, interlace. Chest to the sky. Exhale, bow. Head hangs heavy, knuckles come up over the back of the head. One more time. Exhale, release, sweep it up, back to warrior one. Sink it down. Belly turns to the right. And let's lengthen through that front leg. So we remain anchoring through the back foot. Hinge. Left hand comes down under the knee. Right hand up. Maybe you could slide that hand down. Keep that back foot really grounded. Tail turns down. And then take right arm overhead. Shoulder plugs away from the ear. Poses like this, I can really feel what sitting does to my body. Shortening down the front hip flexors into the low back and navel center, thighs. We can undo a lot of that stuff through these poses. One more time. Now micro bend front knee. Right hand comes down on block. Lift up on the ball of the back foot. Maybe minimize your stance. Narrow that stance a little bit. Long through the spine, right? Not rounding, lengthening. Pick your poison with your block. If you find yourself rounding and you need to lengthen, take it up on the higher level. And then twist. Scissor inner thighs. Feel that outer left hip getting a nice stretch. And then left arm reaches, shoulder plugs away from the ears. Two more breaths. Last time. Exhale, bend the knee. Push your prop aside, ground the hands. Last time we would slide through chaturanga. Inhale, low cobra or upward dog. Exhale, curl toes under, press back, downward dog. Okay. Now some of the juicy stuff, like pigeon, shoulders away, shake that head loose. Take right leg, rise it up high behind, inhale. Bend right knee, bring it down to right wrist. Slide the left leg back. Maybe plug a block or pillow under the right hip. Lift up. Stretch through the front body. Press onto the back extended foot. And then exhale. Nice and easy. Forehead comes down. Shoulders away from the ears. Really turn inward here. No picking at your cuticles or looking at your ends of your hair or adjusting your clothing. Really close the eyes, lengthen the breath, and feel yourself being yourself. Feel yourself just being in this pose, not necessarily getting lost in thoughts of the past or anticipations of the future, but being really present with yourself. Assess your emotional state, your energetic state. And notice that simple things like a smile or a thought of something beautiful or someone we love can really change our experience. Two more breaths on this side. Inhale, rise. Curl the left toes under. Slide that foot back, hips high. Left leg sweeps up, inhale. Exhale, knee comes to wrist. Slide the right leg back. Pressing onto the top of the right foot. Stretch open through the heart. Let those hips sink down. And then gently, slowly walk yourself down. Again, experience yourself being yourself. With all your pains, with all your quirks and gifts. Consider throwing a little gratitude at that. Right? We're all so unique in our own unique ways. And so often, culture feeds us this mindset that we have to be like somebody else. To be happy, to be loved, to be successful. But the reality is we're happiest when we are expressing our uniqueness, our gifts, our quirks. And having gratitude for all of those special elements of ourselves. Two more breaths. Now let's rise up. Hands come up under the shoulders, slowly. Swing that right leg around. Let's join the soles of the feet together. Just really gently. Grab onto the ankles of the toes, lift through the heart. Inhale. Hinge and bow. Try and push those knees down and out and away. And then inhale, come rise, high peanut. Shake the legs out, reach the arms up, and then tuck the tail, slowly articulate the spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae onto the floor. Head comes down last. Knee comes up to tabletop. Right arm extends out. Left hand guides right knee across the body to twist. And help me. And gazing in the opposite direction of the bent knee. Feeling that wonderful rotation in the hips and in the low back. See if you can encourage maybe a little bit more, as long as it feels safe and not harming. Breathe. Last time, inhale. Exhale, release. Honey, come here. Left knee comes up tabletop, left arm out. Right hand guides left knee across to twist, gazing in the opposite direction. Breathing, seeing if you could rotate a little bit further. Is there a gripping in the body that's preventing you from releasing further into this pose? And come back center. Honey, come here, baby. Feet and thighs turn out naturally, tailbone turns down, palms face up next to the hips. Shoulders down away from the ears. And just allow yourself the time and the self-love and the care for this time in Savasana. While you remain grounded, I'm going to slowly come up and play a little sound healing. Please stay on your backs. And allow the hips to relax. Allow the shoulders to relax, down away from the ears. Palms face up next to the hips. Jaw softens. Tongue relaxes in the mouth. Ears fall back. And eyes sink back. Gently wiggling your fingers and your toes. Draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Rock from side to side. And roll onto one side into fetal position. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. And use the top hand to push yourself up seated. Cross-leg position, hands come to the heart center. Take a deep breath in through the nose. No, down. Bring folded hands to third eye center, blessing that you'll be guided by intuition and have the wisdom and courage to follow it. Exhale, bowing forward. Namaste. Happy Sunday, my friends. so great to have you in class.